Welcome back to my channel. I am the Handyman from the future. Wanted to thank everyone for watching my videos and leaving all those nice comments on the last video. They mean a lot, they keep me going, and without you guys, this would not be the #1 home improvement YouTube channel in the world. With that said, I'm going to turn it over to Handyman from the past. You guessed it, we have to build some shelves, some high-end custom shelves suitable for those custom cabinets that I built. But like always, we got a few questions to answer from the last video. One has to do with ceilings and floors and walls that are not plumbing level. Keep in mind this house is 70 to 90 years old. So in modern construction, like a house built today, tolerances for walls that go in and out and ceilings that go up and down is 1/4 inch within 4 feet. Now I had a 12-foot run of cabinets and it was only out a heavy 1/4 of an inch, the ceiling. That is very, very good, especially considering how old the house is. A lot of times cabinets don't go all the way to the ceiling specifically for that reason. Another place where people in the trades see unlevel ceilings and floors is when we are tiling a bathroom, like a shower, and the customer wants it to go all the way to the ceiling. We always know that it's all going to be all jacked up because the tub isn't level, the floor isn't level, the ceiling isn't level, and we have to set our tile level. So we got to it's a whole process to get it figured out so that you don't have from one side of the tub, a piece of tile that is 2 inches, and by the time you get to the other side, 3 inches. It's very common to have ceilings out at least a 1/2 inch. I referred to the kitchen remodel I did last winter. The ceiling in that kitchen was out even further. It was about 3/8 of an inch to a 1/2 inch from one side to the other. Some jackass said I should install the cabinets upside down. He obviously didn't know why the top edge of the face frame was thicker. That's a nailing strip for the crown molding. Usually, if someone were to just ask a question, why is one side thicker than the other, I would have answered it and referred to a video where I built those cabinets discussing the design. So keep that in mind when you are going to make a silly statement like install the cabinets upside down. Think a little, there might be a reason for it. Right now, most people do not have custom built $20,000 kitchen cabinets. They have builder grade or lower, like IKEA. So builder grade, you're still going to get a pre-finished maple. It's just sometimes they won't even be it'll be particle board with a veneer or paper over it. Lower, like IKEA, is just made up of white wood, and it's not even real wood. It's all particle board with like a white veneer on it, melamine in a lot of cases. But to have the nicest shelves in the neighborhood, you're going to want some pre-finished maple, and they come in various grades. This is the highest grade that you can purchase in the United States of pre-finished maple. Now, where do you get this stuff? You cannot buy it at Home Depot, you cannot buy it at Lowe's. Every grown man needs to know where his local hardwoods store is. Not hardware store, hardwoods store. So after this video, you got to go to Google Maps, type in or use the voice activation, hardwoods store. That's where you're going to get your high quality wood. Wood that you're going to build cabinetry out of, wood that you're going to build a bookcase out of. Anything nice, that's where the wood's going to come from. Find your local hardwood store. That is where your 3/4 inch pre-finished domestic maple will be. Second thing you're going to need is some edge banding. I have a couple here. This one here is what's going on these shelves here. This is pre-finished maple edge banding. It has the lacquered finish on there. This here, this one might be birch. Unfinished birch edge banding. And this one here is unfinished red oak 2-inch edge banding. Got all of this on Amazon. I will leave a link in the description below the video of where you can get this stuff. Now that you've went to the hardwoods store and you have a sheet of pre-finished maple, one sheet, depending on how much you buy, if you buy one of them, it's probably going to cost you $120 for one sheet. Not that bad when you consider you can do your entire kitchen all new, nice, very nice, straight, no sags, No delaminating where the paper is peeling off from those cheap cabinets. Not bad for 120 bucks. So how do you cut this thing? It's huge, it's heavy. This one here is my recommendation for a homeowner. This is a cut guide. You just clamp it down like that. You take measurements from side to side here and just get it lined up. You do have to take into consideration the shoe of your saw here. I used this for many years, breaking down sheets of plywood small enough to get through a table saw. The next thing is probably the least used tool, but I have used it enough to know that it's definitely not worth its price. I don't really like this track saw. It's a nice track saw. I think this kit here is around $700. I'll put a link in the description so you can check this out. This is another way to break down large sheets of plywood. As you can see, it slides all over the place, so you need those clamps. My favorite method is my Powermatic 66. You can tell I get a smile on my face every time I get to say Powermatic 66. It's an older unit, cast iron, about 700 pounds, passes the nickel test flying colors. This here is a zero clearance plate, and it also has these little safety splitters built into it. I think I did a full Instagram video about this. For those of you that are involved in safety and all that stuff, probably shouldn't watch this part. So how this works, where you can't get kickback, one are these splitters here. One of these guys is pushing a little bit that way and one's pushing a little bit that way. By the time this comes through and cut through and this is loose, it's no longer captured. It can easily just get pushed out and there's nothing to bind up. If this block was up here, that'd be a different story. It might not work out as well as this did. Just another thing to note is this is the factory edge. Although it is at 90 degrees to the long run, it doesn't look pretty. It's rounded over on this side. There's some chip out from where the factory cut was. So I'm making sure that's my off cut. See, this workshop isn't all that messy. 12¼ inches. No side, it's the other thing. I'm cutting these. I'm trying both sides. To see if there's any imperfections that I don't want in the job. The next step is to pre-cut all these. I cut them just a hair long. Came out perfect. Now there's a little bit of an overhang. There's a tool that you can get, which I don't have. You just put it over there and you go, whoosh, and it's 2 razor blades. What I do is just use a regular razor blade to just trim that fine edge off. There's also going to be a little bit of glue squeeze out. Just shaves right off. I got started without you. Got a little anxious, and I put the shelves in, and they look magnificent. I've got these upper cabinet doors on. That looks magnificent as well. I've got the window blocked out because it keeps getting backlit so that you can't see me, you can't see the cabinets because there's a bright beaming light behind them. These are the cabinet doors. I made these when I built the cabinets. Everything was already pre-drilled and mounted. Someone thought that I was doing that after the fact. I'll leave a link in the description to where I built these cabinets. And I built these doors. So I got all the doors lined out up against the wall, ready to be installed. I got all the screws laid out, ready to be installed. And I have the only tool that you'll need. I don't suggest you use an impact or a power drill to install your cabinet doors. Here is the screw. It's a pretty beefy screw, nice coarse thread. This holds the hinge on to the frame. You don't want to go in with an impact or over torque these because you can strip them. There's simple repairs for that, but you want to avoid it, and that is what this is for. You're also going to need to adjust the hinges. They're adjustable in 3 different directions. You need to go at it delicately. You don't want to go in there with your power impact, adjusting these in and out so that they close properly. Now I'm going to answer another question. Crown molding, skins, everything that gets skinned. Another question I had is about the wood inside the cabinets. This is standard for higher end cabinets. Painted interior cabinets is just low end. It's low grade. It's usually high volume IKEA cabinets, not custom made kitchen cabinets. So this is the look. It's also a wow factor for this specific customer. They lost their minds when they got home and saw all the knot holes. They think it's amazing. This white frame, it's like picture frames it. Like you don't even need doors on here. Glass doors would be kind of neat, but they hate seeing dishes. That's why there's no place in here where they were going to have open shelving. Right here would be a perfect spot for open shelving. Here's going to be your double oven cabinet. Right here would be perfect for some open shelving, but absolutely not. They hate it for some reason. I think this one needs to go up just a little bit. So how do you move it up? This here loosens and it raises up and down. This one here moves it in and out. And this one here moves it this way. This hinge, I need to move out just a hair. That's about it. So now, you might not even be able to tell, but this moved out. That's going to force that bottom opposite corner in. What I am adjusting now is this line here. I want that pretty tight. This one's nice and tight. This one's nice and tight. You can move these cabinets this way with these hinges. I'll leave a link in the description for these Blum's 3-way adjustable hinges. They're really helpful when you have larger cabinets, especially 42-inch cabinets. These ones here are only 40-inch cabinets. Here's another angle. I'm kind of backing up into the plastic here. We still have custom cabinets to make across here. This is where their gas cooktop is going. A 6-burner gas cooktop goes here. There'll be countertop space all the way down. All the way down there. The Peninsula Island. Double oven. Obviously we got the refrigerator here. Cabinets on both sides and the top of the refrigerator. No cabinet above the door, so that might be one painted surface, and it's a beautiful surface, no cracks in the plaster. Cabinet here, cabinet across, cabinets down low, custom built cabinets, custom depth. Everything is a custom depth. These are all a custom depth. You cannot buy these cabinets in this depth without a special order. This depth here is custom made for their dishes. If you missed today's live stream that has yet to be filmed, you can watch it on Patreon. That link will be in the description. About 15 minutes, I'm going to another estimate. Booking jobs way out till next spring. And you always gotta have backup jobs. Things change in people's lives. They say, okay, yes, we're gonna do a bathroom remodel or kitchen remodel. Oh, my mom had a stroke. Shoot. I've got to go back and take care of her, get her set up in a nursing home. Can't do this bathroom remodel right now. It's put on the back burner. I don't know how much money it's going to take for me to take care of my mom. Things like that. So I'm always out there bidding jobs. You never know when one's going to just disappear. You always got to have that backup. Look for that live stream. I mean, it's going to happen in a few minutes, but if you missed it, it's on Patreon. Beautiful. Look at how straight and strong. Super strong. And look at that. You know what? Finish side down. So as you're looking up, you've got the finished side. And the grain. That's another thing. Little details. All the grain from the top to the back wall to the shelves to the bottom. It looks like a dang tree's in there. This is bonus footage here. This is just the handyman ramble. If I get to it, I've got video conferences this afternoon. I can work till about 7:30, 7:45 in this kitchen tonight. So I think we're going to tear this out. Tomorrow's video. Bonus footage. Goodbye.